Veterans, did you know when you submit a disagreement to BVA, Board of Veterans Appeals, they give you 3 board review options. So in today's video, I am going to cover those 3 options in the form you need to submit. Make sure you stick around. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran, retired VA rating specialist, and your VA claim nugget man. Before I get into today's video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. So if you disagree with the decision, you can submit a disagreement to BVA, Board of Veterans Appeals. The form that you're going to need is a VA form 10182, and they give you 3 review options. So I'm going to cover these 3 options in the form with you. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the form: decision, review request, board appeal, notice of disagreement, VA form 10182. Now, here's a nugget, people. Whenever you are completing a VA form, only go to the VA's website and download it. Do not download it from any third-party websites, because that form could be outdated, obsolete, or whatever. And if it is, and you submit it to the VA, you just added some more time onto your claim, because they're going to send you a correspondence and let you know, hey, you completed the outdated form, but we've attached one for you. Send it back. And guess what? You go to the end of the line. Now, the first thing you want to look at is the expiration date. So this expiration date is April 30th, 2028. Okay. I already told you the form name. Pretty straightforward. You have the veteran's name, veteran's file number. That's going to be your social security number, people. Date of birth. Okay. My preferred mailing address. Make sure you complete that. All right. To include the zip code. Now, if you are experiencing homeless, click this box. Okay. And also watch my video on, is your claim a hardship? Okay. So if you can show proof that you are experiencing homelessness, you check that box, submit that evidence. All right. And they should expedite this. All right. I know they do it with the rating activity, but make sure you check out their video. Hardship. What is a hardship? Okay. Because I talk about that in the video. My preferred telephone number, my preferred email address. Now, if I was submitting a disagreement, would I put my email address? No. Here's why. Because a lot of times if you ask the VA questions or expecting a particular answer, I would always want them to call me. Okay. That's not their first option, to call you, because they're thinking, man, this vet is going to have me on the phone for 30, 45 minutes, and I'm not going to be able to meet my production quota. Let me just send them an email. And in that email, they may not provide you with the information that you need. So I would leave that blank, and I would just put my phone number. That's me. But this is your claim. All right. If you have a representative, make sure you put their name there. Now, part 2, board review option. Let's go through this. Okay. A veterans law judge will consider your appeal in order in which it is received, depending on which of the following review options you select. Now, again, people, if you, this is this section right here. If you're homeless, all right, or experiencing homelessness, check that box, and they should push yours through a little bit faster. Okay. But when you submit this form, you want to have the evidence with it. All right. Now it says, for additional explanation of your options, please see the attached information and instructions. A lot of VA forms have instructions, and veterans do not read them. Okay. VA is providing a lot of information in those instructions, and you need to read it before you sign that form. Okay. So what we have here is 10A. This is the first option: direct review by a veterans law judge. I do not want a board hearing and will not submit any additional evidence in support of my appeal. Choosing this option often results in the board issuing its decision most quickly. Again, people, if you're experiencing uh, being homeless, make sure you check that box and submit evidence because they should push you to the front of the line. All right. Now, this option, I had two previous clients use this option and they both won. They were very detailed in explaining to the judge as to why they should have been service connected. Okay. They included 38 CFRs and M21 manual references. And they were denied because they had a private DBQ and Nexus statements. And guess what? The rater did not want to use it. And the veteran said, hey, wait a minute. These are on the VA's website. They're public. They're actionable and sufficient. Please grant the benefit based off 38 CFR 3.326 subpart B. Okay. And then they said they used another 38 CFR that covers reasonable doubt and another VA regulation, difference of opinion. They also asked the judge, please do not remand it back. Okay. Do not remand it back. Go ahead and make the decision. In both cases, the judge made the decision. Now, I'm not saying if you select this option, they're going to do that with you or the time frame is going to be the same. What I am saying, if you do select this option, you need to be very detailed as to why you should have been awarded a higher percentage based off the evidence of record in the diagnostic code, or if you were denied and you had additional evidence that they could have used to grant the benefit, or even if the effective date is wrong. That's where education comes in and understanding this process. Okay, let's keep going. Option 2, 10B. Okay, right here. Evidence submission reviewed by a veterans law judge. I have additional evidence in support of my appeal that I will submit to the board with VA form. It's this form right here, 10182, or within 90 days of the board's receipt of my VA form, 10182. Choosing this option will extend the time it takes for the board to decide your appeal. So they're letting you know it's going to extend your time. Okay. Now, how do you know in receipt the date that they received the 10182? You can call 800-827-1000, ask them to look in VBMS and say, hey, what date did you all receive this particular form? And then you can start counting from there. Now, if I was doing this, I'm submitting all my evidence at the same time. Okay. So it's very important to know exactly what is going on with your claim, what you're disagreeing with, and what evidence do you have to support it. So, for example, if I had a DBQ and Nexus statement, the rater and DRO refused to use it, I may ask that examiner, hey, let's do another DBQ. And guess what I'm submitting with this evidence, okay? So now I have two DBQs and Nexus statements saying the same thing, but they're different times or different time periods, okay? Now that's just something I would do. And actually, I actually did this when I did an appeal, because back when I did my appeal, you could submit new evidence. Now, when you do a high level review, you can't, all right? Now, option number 3, 10C, all right? Here we go. Here we go. Now, this one, hearing with a veterans law judge. I want a board hearing and the opportunity to submit additional evidence in support of my appeal that I will provide within 90 days after my hearing. Okay. I want the hearing typed below. Choosing this option will extend the time it takes for the board, to decide your appeal. So they're telling you again, it's going to, if you choose this option, it's going to extend your claim. Sub option, let's say sub option number 1, central office hearing. I will attend in person in Washington, D.C. They do not pay for you to fly up there. They do not pay or reimburse you for gas. They do not pay or reimburse for meals or lodging. Okay. Video conference hearing. I will go to a regional office. Now, you need to understand where your regional office is located. Okay. I'm in the state of Florida. We have veterans coming from, like, let's say Pensacola down to St. Petersburg, Florida. That's a drive. You're looking at, I think, maybe what, 7 hours or something like that. But also, you can ask them, hey, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, and I believe the regional office in Alabama is in Montgomery. So you could be a lot closer. All right. Then you have virtual telehearing. I will attend using an internet connected device. Okay. Important. Provide your email address and representative in part one. So in part one, I know that I stated, hey, I'm not going to put my email, but if you do this option, then you got to put your email because they're going to be seeing your email correspondence. Okay. So you have central office hearing, video conference hearing, and virtual telehearing. But keep in mind, people, option 10B and 10C, they're telling you that will extend your claim. Okay. Then it gets into specific issues to be appealed to veterans law judge at board. Okay. So check here if you are including a request for an extension of time to file this form. Check here if you are appealing a denial of benefits by Veterans Health Administration. Okay. So what could be some denials? The caregiver program, clothing allowance. Okay. HISA grant. Okay. Those all fall under VHA. Now, item A, you want to be specific. Okay. Now, if you don't have enough room here, you can just type in, please see attached VA form 21-4138. Okay. And that statement in support of claim, that gives you a little bit more room. But also, you might want to leave a short statement here. Rating decision, okay, for PTSD. All right. And then over here, you put the 01-2025. All right. Something like this. Okay. Even though this is well beyond a year, just using that date as an example. Okay. So, but you could also say, please see attached VA form 21-4138. And guess what, people? Right here. Check here if you attach additional sheets, include the veteran's last name and file number. All right. Now you could do another first page of this form. I would just put it on 4138 because statement of support of claim, that's like extra sheets of paper. Make sure you sign and date it. All right. Now we get down to some of the instructions. When should I fill out a VA form 1082? Right here. Okay. This tells you when should you. Okay. Right there. Good information. How long do I have to submit this form? Okay. And they break down the time frame. All right. Right there. Board within 1 year, 365 days. And then it talks about SOC, SSOC. All right. Contested claim, right there, 60 days. Received by the board within 60 days from the date of your local VA office mail the notice of decision. All right. So again, people, you want to come here and read these instructions, review options. Okay. Here they break it down a little bit more, give you a little bit more information as well. Direct review, evidence submission, hearing request. All right. So again, the VA has done an awesome job when it comes to adding information in the instruction section. We as veterans, it's up to us. We have to hold ourselves accountable, and it's up to us to read this information. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through everything else, but one thing I want to point out, where do I submit it? Right here, people. That's where you submit it. Board of Veterans Appeals, P.O. Box 27063, Washington, D.C. Then there's the zip code. All right. Good information, good information, good information. Okay, so make sure if you decide to go to BVA, read the form, fill it out correctly. Make sure you submit it within the time frames that they give you. Sign it, send it to the correct address, and people, please read the instruction section. That is critical. Any VA form, you need to be reading that instruction section. Okay. So, that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veteran. Thank you.